Tuesday, October the 26th, I saw Secretary General of the UN Ban KiMoon very briefly in Bangkok today, but he made some very substantial statement.
Yes, he said something very short, very brief about Thailand political divide. Basically, he said this is a Thai issue which should be resolved by Thai people only. That was after the Red Shirt representatives submitted a letter to the UN officials.
So did Ban Ki-moon receive the petition himself?
No, he did not. He had a very hectic day. He came about 10 a.m. and he has only about 5 or 6 hours before he headed to Cambodia. So it's about meeting with the Prime Minister and meeting with the UN officials. He had no time to meet the Red Shirt representatives.
But
he made a comment during a press conference after.
So he was responding to the letter from the Red Shirts, which he did not receive personally.
Yes, apparently he was asked to comment about that during the press conference.
Do you know whether he actually had read the letter before he responded to questions?
We don't know whether he had read the petition or not, but basically the Red Shirt was telling him that it's not right for him to shake hands with a visit whose hands were tainted with blood during the political crisis. And from our understanding, the petition also called for the UN to help ask the Thai government to end the state of emergency.
Yes.
And to somehow to provide political asylum status for Red Shirt fugitives.
Yeah, that's very interesting because I haven't seen the actual letter, but I've read reports that the letter would mention the fact that the UN should help some of the Red Shirt leaders to get political asylum. And the name of Arishman and Supon also came up today in news report. We're not quite sure whether the names were put in the petition directly or not. Yes.
And we still don't know whether the Secretary General reaction, quite unexpected reaction, has something to do with the political asylum request or not. It's quite a very a strong request from the Red Shirts.
I know, but Ban Ki-moon could have just ignored the question on the domestic politics in Thailand. He could have just said, this is something which is beyond my purview, and perhaps not responding to the question, but he did respond to the question.
He did say that this is a Thai issue, which is really significant.
Why on Burma he didn't say this is a domestic issue?
He just basically attacked the Burmese government during his visit to.
You see the difference between the two?
Today, yes.
Because he could have said Burma's election is also a domestic affair, but I think on this trip he is deliberately attacking the Burmese military leadership.
Maybe he didn't want to upset his host. It was a visit who invited him to come to Bangkok when they met earlier in United States. It was a visit who invited him to come to have a stopover in Bangkok before he went to Cambodia and then Vietnam and then China.
So you think Abhisit would have thanked him for saying that?
we don't know, but apparently over the past few days, the government has been saying that they were ready, whatever the Red Shirt prepared to tell the UN Secretary General, the government was ready to respond to any statement.
You think the Army Chief General Prayut is happy with what turned out to be, because he sounded very concerned about.
Yes, so I mean it's quite an unexpected ending to this all the fuss about this visit.
Yeah.
The Army Chief was saying that no protest, no gathering, and then actually today there's some scuffle between commandos, police commandos, and about 200 Red Shirts. But nothing serious.
Over what?
The protesters were carrying some banners and which the police wanted to take away from, and
some of the signs were in English too. I saw some of the signs.
So there was a little scuffle, but no major incident.
So as you can see, Ban Ki-moon, being the international diplomat, has been able to manage this incident in Thailand in a very flexible and effective way, meaning that he didn't reject the petition, he received the petition. At the same time, he also managed to pacify the host, Prime Minister Abhisit, by saying things that Abhisit, I'm sure, would be quite happy about.